was 2008. A user by the name of Aquajet316 ends up talking about a mysterious figure he ended up finding in the corner of a game he's making. Aqua dubbed this ghostly Robloxian the Weird Thing. Little did Aqua know that this one video would result in an entire genre being created. This genre would one day be known as the Roblox Myth community. Hello, my name is TheGuestCreator, but you can just call me Guesty. Or, as my myth hunting account is known, Guesty Weaver. So, here's a fun fact about me. I've been on Roblox since 2016. That was 9 years ago at the time of me recording this. In all my years of being on the platform, I've seen many different trends rise and fall. However, my favorite of which has and will always be Roblox Myths. A myth can be defined as any odd or paranormal individual, object, or experience on the Roblox platform. There are various different categories that each myth can fall into, some of which I put on the screen. However, every story must have two sides. Alongside the myths themselves, there are also myth hunters, people who dedicate their lives to trying to find them. This game of cat and mouse would go from around 2018 to 2021, in which it would then be revealed that Kazdom, the owner of the RM Foundation and one of the biggest figures in the myth community, was committing heinous and illegal actions behind the scenes. A group of former RM Foundation members decide to team up and create a brand new group known as the Bureau of Myths. A few years later, the Bureau is shut down. What I just did was explain the life and death of the Roblox Myth community in the fastest way possible. But what if I were to tell you, as of early 2025, a brand new chapter of this story has been made? A chapter beyond life. A chapter beyond death. A legacy. A legacy in the form of Roblox ARGs. Like I said before, as of early 2025, various different series have started popping up on YouTube. Some examples include Roblox House Encounters, I Have a Face Lulz, and Recall a Hollow Heart. All of these channels have a story to tell. Recall a Hollow Heart tells the story of a seemingly average skit channel turned disturbing mystery. I Have a Face Lulz details the story of a Roblox user being haunted by a digital monster. And Roblox House Encounters is basically just the house in the ocean, but 10 times more blocky. Alongside a few other ARGs I didn't mention, like 4Amanda4, Rochez313, and the RA Archive. And while we're on the topic of the RA Archive, I want to ask if its premise sounds familiar to you. A group of people who dedicate their lives to trying to find and study anomalies surrounding the Roblox platform. Where have I heard that one before? Something I appreciate about the ARG community is how tightly knit some of its series feel. An example I can think of is how one of the characters in Recall a Hollow Heart is implied to know who Amanda is. It's just like how the Circus in the Sky references the game Moving In and its creator. And now that we're back on the topic of Roblox Myths, I'd like to ask a question. You can answer this in the comments below if you want, or you could just say nothing. But I want you to tell me, what communities does the Roblox ARG community remind you of? Because, at least for me, there are two communities that it reminds me of heavily. As stated before, it reminds me of the Myth community, but also at the same time reminds me of the Gmod ARG community. I bring up the Gmod ARG community mainly because I wanted to talk about what the Roblox ARG community did right compared to what the Gmod ARG community did wrong. The one thing that separates these two communities is oversaturation. To reference the title of the video, I'm going to try and use a metaphor of a snake eating its own tail to represent how I feel about oversaturation. Think of it like this. Imagine a snake eating its own tail is a representation of a community reusing the same ideas for various pieces of work. Now imagine for a second that a community keeps reusing the same ideas over and over and over again until eventually people get so bored of them that they either start to parody them or they leave the projects. Please understand, I'm not the best when it comes to making metaphors, so if you didn't understand that, I'm incredibly sorry. However, the snake that is the Roblox ARG community is not eating its own tail due to how many original ideas it has. Okay, now that I'm done with snakes and Gmod and horribly written metaphors, I wanted to get to the main point of this video. Roblox Myths are coming back. We may not call them myths anymore, we call them ARGs, but the idea of a Roblox myth is coming back. Here's the thing you gotta remember. You can't kill an idea. Just because someone made creepy stories on Roblox 7 or 8 years ago doesn't mean that idea is dead forever. A community can be harmed, but an idea will remain. And this leaves me with one last message I wanted to give to the ARG creators and the ARG viewers. Enjoy what you're a part of. Your community has been doing absolutely amazing due to how little controversy there is within it. Please don't make the same mistakes your predecessors made. And, of course, thank you to everyone who watched this video. As always, I'm the guest creator, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!